No statues should be dressed up with trophies for Caesar.
Beware of the Ides of March!
Lucius, wake up! I wish I could sleep soundly like you here. Lucius, wake up!
Did you call me, my lord?
Light a candle for me in my study, and when it is lighted, inform me.
Caesar must die. Only his death can keep Rome free. I have no personal grudge. I do this only for the general good of Rome. Truthfully, Caesar has always been reasonable in his decisions. But ambition is like a ladder. A man uses humility to climb, but once he reaches the top, he kicks the ladder down and looks only at the clouds, scorning the ground that raised him. Caesar may do the same. We cannot fight him for what he is today, but for what he might become.
The taper is lit in your study, my lord, and while I was searching for a flint, I found this paper, which is sealed. I am sure it was not lying there when I went to bed.
Go to bed again. It is not yet day. Is tomorrow the Ides of March, my boy? Look at the calendar. Come back and tell me.
Brutus, you sleep. Wake up. Shall Rome speak, strike, right the wrong? Brutus, awake. Shall Rome stand in fear of one man? My ancestors drove the last king from this city. Is this a call to action? Then I promise you, Rome, you shall have your wish.
Sir, today is the Ides of March. Your dear friend Cassius is at the door and desires to see you. There are more people with him, with their hats pulled down and their faces are hidden in their cloaks.
Let them come in. They must be the conspirators. Good morning, Brutus. Did we disturb your sleep?
I have been awake all night. Do I know these men?
Yes, you know them all, and they all honor you. This is Trebonius, Decius Brutus, Casca, Cinna, and Metellus Cimber.
You are all welcome. What kept you awake tonight?
May I have a word with you, Brutus?
Give me your hand, all of you, one by one.
Let us all take an oath to fulfill what we have decided to do.
No, not an oath. If our suffering and the tyranny of these times are not enough to unite us, then let us return to bed and allow tyranny to continue.
What shall we do about Cicero? I think he will support us.
We must not leave him.
We need him. The public trusts his word. His influence will legitimize our strike and make the people praise our deeds.
Leave him out of it. He will never follow a plan he did not create.
Then leave him out. Indeed, he is not fit.
Only Caesar dies?
A good point. We cannot leave Mark Antony alive. He is too cunning, and his influence will ruin us. Let Caesar and Antony die together.
Our action will seem too bloody, Cassius, like cutting off the head, then hacking the limbs in malice. Antony is only a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers, not butchers. We stand against the spirit of Caesar, and I wish we could cure that spirit without shedding blood. But since Caesar must die, let us kill him boldly, not in hatred. Let us carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass for hounds. As for Antony, forget him. When Caesar's head falls, the arm can do nothing.
I still fear him. His loyalty to Caesar runs too deep.
Good, Cassius. Forget him. If he truly loves Caesar, he will only harm himself with grief. Let him die for Caesar's sake. Though even that is unlikely.
He is far too fond of sports, late nights, and his own pleasure.
Listen, what time is it?
It is time for us to disperse.
Caesar might not even come to the capital. He's grown superstitious lately, a far cry from the man he used to be. After the terrors of tonight and the warnings of his priests, he may just stay home.
Don't worry about that. Even if he doesn't want to come, I can change his mind. I will ensure he shows up at the capital.
Look sharp and cheerful, gentlemen. Don't let your faces give us away.
Brutus?
Portia, what are you doing up so early? You're far too weak to be out in this cold, damp morning air.
This cold isn't good for you either. And it was unkind of you to leave our bed, Brutus. Last night at supper, you suddenly got up and paced the room, completely lost in thought. When I asked what was wrong, you just glared at me, stamped your foot impatiently, and waved me away. I left so I wouldn't make you angrier, hoping it was just a passing mood. But now you aren't eating, talking, or sleeping. If this mood changes your appearance as much as your mind, I wouldn't even recognize you. Please, my dear Lord, tell me what is troubling you.
Nothing is wrong, Portia. I'm just not feeling well.
You are a wise man, Brutus. If you were just sick, you'd take medicine to get better.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Now please, go back to bed.
Then why risk the cold, damp morning air without a cloak? No, Brutus, your sickness is in your mind. As your wife, I have a right to know what is troubling you. I beg you, by our vows of love and marriage, tell me your secrets. Who were those 6 or 7 men who came here tonight with their faces hidden?
Dear Portia, please don't kneel.
I wouldn't have to if you were acting like yourself. Does our marriage come with a clause that keeps me in the dark? Am I just someone to eat and sleep with? Living on the outskirts of your heart? If so, I'm your mistress, not your wife.
You are my true, honorable wife. I love you as much as my own life.
If that were true, you wouldn't hide this from me. I know I am just a woman, but I am Cato's daughter and your wife. I am stronger than most. Test my loyalty. Look at this wound I gave myself in the thigh. If I can bear that pain in silence, can I not keep your secrets?
Oh, gods, make me worthy of such a noble wife. Listen, go inside for a moment, Portia. Soon I will share every secret of my heart and explain the sadness on my face. Leave me now.
Lucius? Who is knocking?
Sir, there is a sick man here who wants to speak with you.
Ah, it's Caius Ligarius. Metellus mentioned him. You may go, Lucius. Ligarius, how are you?
I hope you'll accept a good morning from a man who is unwell.
Brave Ligarius, you have chosen a terrible time to be sick. I wish you were healthy right now.
I am not sick if Brutus needs me for an honorable deed. By the gods, I cast off my sickness. Soul of Rome, noble son of a noble father, you have revived my spirit. Tell me what to do, no matter how difficult. Lead the way, and I will follow you blindly. It is enough for me that Brutus leads. Follow me then.